My father, Louis Frosch, was just 8 years old when the Battle of Cable Street took place. This video is about his eyewitness account. On the 4th of October 1936, Sir Oswald Mosley, 6th Baronet, former MP and leader of the British Union of Fascists, led his army of 3,000 black shirts through Cable Street in the heart of the Jewish East End of London. He was accompanied by 6,000 police to protect him. Mosley's British Union of Fascists were known for distributing anti-Semitic propaganda, conducting hostile demonstrations in the Jewish sections of East London, and wearing Nazi-style uniforms and insignia. In 1936, Mosley married the aristocratic Diana Mitford in Joseph Goebbels' house, with Adolf Hitler as the honoured guest. The Cable Street mural is a large mural painting in Shadwell in East London, just off Cable Street itself. It was completed in 1983 and commemorates the Battle of Cable Street. On one side were Jews, Irish dockers, trade unionists, communists, Labour Party members, housewives and children. On the other side, police and fascists. The street was strewn with broken glass, and children rolled marbles as a defence against mounted police charges. This section of the mural pays tribute to the youthful marble throwers. With no route left for the fascists, Sir Philip Game, the Commissioner of Police, told Mosley to march his troops west from Tower Hill and out of the area. Meanwhile, anti-fascists marched to Victoria Park, heralding a victory for the Jewish community, the people of the East End, and anti-fascists everywhere. This is my father Louis's personal childhood account.
We were told to bring marbles down, and the doctors would help us, doctors would join in with us. I was so pleased to see them. I was thrilled to see them. And the lightermen and the bargemen were pleased. They were fighting with the police, they were fighting with the fascists, and they were fighting with the police. And he says, right, here's your marbles, go and throw them. And whatever marbles I had, I threw them under the horses' hill. And it was marvellous to see the horses falter all the way through.
So where were you? Where were you standing?
Over, wonderful.
Where were you standing?
Just over here. Just opposite the pub.
So when did you first hear about the Cable Street marches?
Heard them on the radio. I was very upset that people could favour Germany. There's some people here who could favour Germany.
How old were you?
About eight years old.
Yes.
And I was very, very upset. And I thought I'd do something to try to stop him marching. This was Mosley to stop him marching. And I filled up my bag with marbles, and I started out for the East End. I was so surprised and happy to see the Dockland workers on our side, and very upset to see the policemen on the side of Mosley. They never liked the Jewish people. They were on the side of Mosley. I was very upset to see them. And when they charged into the crowd, I dropped the marbles down. I was in Cable Street. I dropped the marbles in front of the horses, and they were skidding all over the place, which made me feel very happy.
Were you
Did you go with your friends? Did you go with friends?
No, I just went with people. We just met with each other.
So how did you know to take marbles?
I was just told to.
Who told you to do that?
Somebody told me to do it for the police. This word went around in those days. There was no television. This word of mouth went around in those days. And I took a bag full of marbles to stop the horses charging. Because all the police, half the police were on horseback.
So can you remember what it was like when you were there? Was it a noisy place? Was there shouting, violence?
There was shouting, "Get rid of the rats! Get rid of the rats!" I was very pleased to hear this.
Who were the rats?
The German, the fascists. They were marching with Oswald Mosley.
Yeah, in their black shirts.
The black shirts. I couldn't understand it and couldn't believe there were people like that in England that would do that.
So tell me more about the people that were on your side. Who was with you?
There were the Irish and the Dockland people, the lightermen. I was so thrilled to see them that they're here on our side to help us. And it was excellent. It was excellent. It made me feel very, very happy.
So it was the time when the workers and the
people, the Jews and the Christians lived together nicely.
And they stood side by side in this protest.
They stood side by side, and it made me feel very proud to be British.
And
very proud.
What an amazing memory that is.
Oh, thank you.
Were you scared?
Very scared. Very frightened.
Was there a lot of commotion at the time? Was it
loads of commotion, screams and shouts, and the police were on the side seemed to be on the side of Mosley. I don't understand it. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very pleased that we went down there to try to stop it.
It's still difficult to understand, isn't it?
They stopped them marching, which was wonderful. To me, it was wonderful.
Did you know anyone who got hurt, or?
I saw many people arrested for screaming, "Get rid of the rats." I saw them get arrested, taken away by the police, which upset me. It's a wonderful thing to have gone through this. It was in the Cable Street in London that I was there. And the marbles came in great handy to make the horses slip all over the place instead of them charged.
Did you see any of the horses slip?
Yeah, I saw them. Quite a few horses slip.
Did any dismount?
No, a couple went. They got dismount. They started, and they fell off, which made me feel good. It just made me feel good.
It sounds like they deserved it.
Did your parents know where you were?
No, I did it on my own. I just wanted to be there myself.
What about your brothers and sisters?
No, indeed.
Were they there?
No, they weren't there. Only I was there. I thought I had to go down and do something.
Did you ever tell your parents?
No, I told my parents afterwards.
What did they say?
They were very happy for me. They were very happy for me.
They're probably very proud of you.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So your marbles, I suspect you didn't have many toys in those days.
I was given a second-hand flute, which I played with for years. There was no such thing as presents. We just lived a very poor life. A very happy one with the girls. It made me feel good to be with girls. It made me understand girls, how they work, because I grew up with them.
So did the marbles, were they your main toy, or did you have other? What would have been the main toys?
Main toy were all I had. I was the marble and the king that did. I can't remember the name. It was squares.
Hopscotch.
No, squares. They were little squares. They were
checkers.
Checkers. So little checkers I used to play with.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as toys in those days.